get this show rolling, child. Shadon. Sanibonani guys, welcome back to my channel. Why get up? Yay! Oh, hi, Sada.
I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me.
Sanibonani guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you guys the much anticipated, well, I'm exaggerating, but the anticipated Q&A / get to know me tag. As you guys would have known, I did put up a post on my Instagram, 2 of them actually, for you guys to ask me any questions about myself, things that you guys would like to know about myself. And then I also put up a post on my community page on YouTube, and funny enough, I got questions also via email, so that was interesting. But I have all the questions here. So what we did is we just bulked them up together and ordered them chronologically. And there's like 40 something odd of them. I'm not going to go through all of them because some of them obviously are repetitive because they're asked differently, but it is the same thing being asked. And then some of them are a little bit too personal, child. I'll try and answer as many of them as I can, and obviously I haven't had the time to like properly think about my answers and go through all the questions, so this is going to be like a genuine, authentic, like first reaction to the questions, and obviously me then providing the answers. Without further ado, let's get into the video. FYI, I'm having some Chardonnay for you nerves, the sun gamble. Chardonnay is supposed to have an acquired taste. Like this, it's been years. Got that every time I drink Chardonnay, it gives me a kick. But anyways, get comfy, child. My back hurts. First question: where are you from originally? So I was born in Gtkm, Ehlongwane to be specific, and then I moved to Etogoza in the later parts of my childhood. So I basically moved between the 2 areas, Gtkm and Etogoza. And then how old are you? Guys, like after 25, who honestly remembers their age at the top of their head? Like after 25, it's just stop counting. After 25, before 30, it's just like, what's going on? How old am I? Like genuinely, how old am I? I think with me, it's also because my birthday is in November and a lot of my friends' birthdays are early on in the year. So I always think with the same age group, but I'm like still months away from actually turning the age I'm supposed to turn. So but to answer your question, I'm turning 29 next month, so the 12th of November. I'll be turning 29. And then how many siblings do you have? I have 6 siblings, 5 sisters and 1 brother, and I am the eldest. I know. What do you love about your friends and family? Such a cute question. So I think there's obviously a lot of things that I love about both my friends and families. But if I were to name something at the top of my mind right now, I'll start with my family. With my family, I'll probably say how fun my family is. Like if you've hung around, like my friends will know, like if you've hung around with my family, you like, makes sense why everybody's there she is, makes sense. So my vibe, my energy times 10, that is my family. So my family is very fun. Guys, like cinema gathering, Christmas gatherings, birthday parties, all of those things like are just such a breeze because we are all more like friends. I don't know how to explain it. My friends, my family and I, feels like it's just a bunch of friends. There's obviously respect and boundaries in place, like but we are all so comfortable around one another. Guys, I don't know how to explain it. Like my family is so much fun, like such chill people. And what I love about that is that a lot of my baby cousins, myself included, like we've never had to really do things behind our family's backs because it's like they're not stiff. So that's the one thing I love about my family. And then my friends, I'd probably say just how much I get to learn from my friends. I have a very diverse group of friends, and obviously everyone brings something different to the table. Everyone has different interests, different things that they're knowledgeable about. So it just makes it, I don't know, like it just broadens my perspective each day, and enlightens me to new things each day. So yeah, I think that's what I appreciate. I'm not really friends with people that are all the same. Everyone is just from different backgrounds, interested in different things, they study different things. Career fields are different, everything, personalities are different. So yeah, that's what I love most about them. Now I will move on to the varsity slash corporate part of the questions. Which university did you go to? I went to the University of Johannesburg. And how was your varsity experience? Hey, Sana. My varsity experience was quite interesting. It was very, very interesting. So when I started varsity, I joined a church. Okay? I joined a church. So I spent most of my first year and second year, especially my second year in church. Guys, like I was at church 24/7. 24/7. And now that I look back at it, I'm like, it was giving, I'm not going to go into the details of like what things that happened in that church and all of those things, but it was giving cult. Okay, I'm not saying that the church was a cult, but it was giving cult, right? So my whole life revolved around that church, guys. Intercession, I'm there. I'm there. Prayer, I am there, which I absolutely loved, right? But so I spent a lot of my time at church, and guys, to a point where, quick story time, to a point where my roommate, right, at that time, well, I've only had one roommate because I only shared for 1 year. My roommate wanted to report me to my parents because I spent a lot of time at church. Just like crazy business, crazy business. But I'm like, I think she kind of deeped what was going on with that church and maybe was kind of worried, but wasn't able to communicate it correctly. It was almost like a threat type of thing. All you ever do is go to church and all of those things, which was kind of weird because academically I was still killing it. Like I was still killing it because my res, guys. So I stayed at Squinfeld. It's now called Karibu Jami, if I'm pronouncing correctly. EJ for those that are interested. But I stayed at Squinfeld, right? And there was a period where we all had to apply for new rooms, right? And the further you progress, the likelihood for you to get a single room. But it was all dependent on your academics, right? So your average for that semester. And what they would do is they would put our averages on the announcement board. So everyone that walked in, here's your name, here's your surname, here's your average. Name, surname, student number, average. Name, surname, student number, average. Guys. And mine was way up at the top. I got the preference for the room. I got first preference for the room that I wanted. And I'm like, you're here. Why are you worried about me being at church? I'm still pushing school. Like I'm still doing so well at school. But anyways, that was a large part of my varsity experience. So guys, a lot of the things that people did first year, I did my third year. The varsity experience, I did third year as I was about to exit. But I did my honors part-time. So I was there for another 2 years, but I lived at the post-grad residence. So with all the honors, masters and PhD students, which are obviously like more grown folks. And the rest was quite secluded from the rest of the institution. So by then, Sigimdala, 2001, what we campus. So I was like, oh, okay, all right. Like, I guess I just need to make my way out of here. That's it. So I properly had a university experience my third year, and then I worked my first year of my honors. I was working and studying, which was a nightmare. And then yeah guys, I was quickly out of school kanjalo. So yeah, but academically, obviously, it was challenging. Varsity will break almost anyone. But I had a stern goal in mind and I worked towards it. I had an obsession with obtaining like or having a clean academic record, like graduating with a clean academic record. And I'm proud to say that I achieved it. I qualified for my honors and then I achieved my goal. So it was like an interesting experience. The highs are highs, the lows are lows. I say that a lot. The highs are highs, the lows are lows, the financial pressures, family issues, just personal issues that I was going through. But I made it through, made it on the other side. And I think my life is a testament of that. So yeah, it was all worth it, I guess, to sum it up. This question is, what was your this is it moment in terms of career path? My this is it moment was when I was doing my business case. When I was doing my business case for my graduate program at PwC, which I'll go into details about later on because I saw a question around that. So it was when I was doing my business case, right? So after rotating within the program in different business units, you had to present a business case to the partners as to why you wanted to go to that specific unit, what value you're going to be providing, all of those things. And my business case was proudest moment of my career. My business case was absolutely immaculate. And even outside of that, I think the way that I articulated why I wanted to do what I wanted to do with the team that was currently doing it at that time was just remarkable. So that made me feel even more certain that this is where I need to be. The way that the team was already ready to be like, buddy, let's go. You know, the partner was already guys, when I presented the business case, the partner had already made the decision to put me as part of the team. So the business case was just formality at that point, right? But the whole process, the questioning, dude, like you have quite senior people part of that panel, and the questioning and the pressure that they put, because even though the partner knew that I was already part of the team, he was like, I wasn't just gonna let it, like I was just gonna give it to you like that. You know, you have the leader of the actual graduate program, you have HR there and all of those things. So it's like you actually have to know your business, and you actually have to be quite aligned to what you're passionate about and what you want to do, and what you're presenting for. So I think that was my this is it, right? And I was like, I want to do this. I want to do this and I want to do this well. And I just never looked back from there. And I think this is why I'm where I am today. It all started from that business case. Next question, what did you study in university and what type of job do you do? I did my undergrad degree in BCom Industrial Psychology, and then I went on to pursue my honors degree in BCom Human Resources Management. I now am a senior consultant in one of the big four auditing firms, obviously the consulting leg of the firm. And what I do is, so I'm part of the operations transformation team, and I specialize in banking, where high level, like high level, like I'm going to give you a high level, that's in one liner, because it's just too intricate and very technical. So yeah, but essentially what consultants do is we solve problems. I think that's the best way to describe it. We solve problems. Clients come to us with problems and we have to solve those problems. We provide solutions, we offer solutions. So yeah, that is what a consultant does. But what I look at essentially is optimizing of business processes, customer journeys, just overall internal services of the company in order to provide world-class financial services. That may come as new to market products, that may come as enhanced customer experience. It varies, but yeah. I hope that makes sense. Guys, it's always so difficult explaining what consultants do. Like, it always is so difficult. But I hope that makes sense without getting into too much detail. Like, I would probably have to do a separate video around like management consulting at this point. Next question: how did you get to where you are now? So I obviously went to school. Got my degree, and I kind of knew that I wanted to go into a firm, and I knew that with a lot of firms you need to have your honors degree. So I then did my honors degree and then landed in a firm, which was PwC in South Africa. And from that, once I had decided that, you know what, I want to broaden my horizons, I then made the decision to wanting to move abroad. And I then started applying for jobs abroad, still within firms, because it's much more easier to transfer that skill set because it's already something that you do. And that's what I always advise people, like, look at your current skill set and look at where it is transferable and apply for those jobs abroad. So that is what I did, and I managed then to land a job in one of the firms here. That was literally it, guys. Like, my process of getting here was not that intricate. Like, it was not. I applied online. I literally went directly to the company website and applied, and then I was called in for an interview. Well, virtual, but yeah, that's how I got here. Basically, can I unpack the graduate program I did and what that entailed and how it prepared you for the work you do now? Number 2, would you still do the program instead of going into the field of what you do? I think maybe like what I studied. Yeah, that's what it's trying to say. It's cool. I will answer the first part of the question, which is unpacking the graduate program. So the graduate program is open for everyone, right? It's open for every field. Minimum requirement is that you have your honors degree. So we had people from different fields, for example, industrial psychology, HR, finance, economics, engineers, your industrial engineers, chemical engineers, every field that you can think of, we had people part of that program, right? As long as you had your honors degree. And then I think for some courses though, there was an exception where you can just have like your degree. I just don't remember which courses those were. And then the graduate program had 2 legs to it. It had the management consultant leg to it, and then it had the assurance leg to it, which is more audit. So your cyber security, IT audit, etc. And I was part of the management consulting one, obviously. And what happened then was we had to undergo training for, how long was it? Was it a little over a month? I think it was a little over a month, if I remember correctly. Guys, we literally were booked off to a hotel and we lived there. Yeah, you bring your suitcases, you bring your clothes, everything. My suitcase. We practically lived there for the duration of the training, and we used to visit home on the weekends. Like, when I tell you that, that's how intense the program was. With consulting, there's just core consulting skills that need to be embedded within you that I feel like unless you do that type of training, it's very difficult to catch on. Because I've noticed now, I'm part of the experienced hire Latin community within my firm, and I look after the people that join consulting from like banking, for example, from an investment banking firm, or from a bank, or from an insurance firm, etc, etc, etc. So I look after that group, and guys, like, their first year in consulting or their first few months in consulting is always tough because consultants do things differently. Our deliverables are different. Our delivery methodology is different. The way we speak is, the way we ask questions is different. There's just core consulting skills that need to be embedded within you at that foundational phase in order for you to be a successful consultant. And obviously you can do it. You can like pivot from industry to consulting, but what I'm saying, the transition is difficult. It is difficult if you didn't start at a graduate program of sorts. So yeah, back to the program. We were there for a little over a month, or a month, if I remember correctly. And obviously each days or each week there were different chapters that we needed to cover as part of the core consulting skills that would basically encompass us covering the whole branch of consulting. What is consulting? The different legs of consulting that would be looking into what do consultants do? What is the purpose of consultants? The firm itself, right? What is the purpose of the firm? The vision, all of those things. And when I tell you the purpose of the firm, I still say it even today. Like the things that I believe a consultant is, even till today, is from that graduate program training. And throughout those weeks, you're basically working yourself towards a business case. And towards the end, you have to present a business case. When consulting and business cases, guys, business case, business case, business case. But you are basically working towards presenting a business case, right, for the partners, for them to be determined if you're ready to make it to the other side now, like interacting with the real client. And yeah, they'll put you guys in groups. And you have to work together, obviously. Also showing a very key part of consulting, which is working in teams, because we work in projects, which you have to work with people, obviously. And solving then problems, finding solutions to a problem given the resources that you have, and communicating that in a particular way, asking certain questions in order to get certain answers from the client to help fill in the gaps of the problem that you're trying to solve. And yeah, getting to the end of it and basically passing and graduating from the graduate scheme and getting into the real world now. So that is what the graduate program entailed in terms of training. Once you are in, you have to rotate within the different business units, right? People and organization, which is HR, there'll be technology, there will be the finance leg of it, there'll be the strategy leg of it, there'll be the ops leg of it, customer experience, etc., etc. So you rotate within those. There's a certain learning path that you have to go through whilst within those rotations. And you basically then every 3 months move from that one leg to another. And at the end of the graduate program, you have to pick where you want to go, and you have to present your business case to that team, and it's basically in their hand to decide whether you want to take you or not. I think I've answered both of the questions. Oh, sorry, the other one was, would you still do the program instead of going to the field that you wanted? I definitely would do the program. I would definitely go through the route that I took. I would do it again and again and again, and advise anyone that can to do so. Did you inform your family right away, or you waited for everything to be finalized? I waited for everything to be finalized. I literally only told my family about everything. Wait, let me backtrack. So I waited for everything to be finalized. I only told my mom, Nakona, only after I'd resigned from, I only told my mom after I'd gotten no, I'm lying. Wait, let's backtrack. So whilst I was going through the process, I didn't tell anyone, right? Obviously told one friend. Yeah, I told one friend, but that was because they were already in the UK, and we had both planned to come to the UK together. So she obviously was going through the process with me. And then I only told my mom once I'd gotten the job and I'd signed the contract, right? And now I was going through my visa process. I only told my mom and my brother. And then once I got my visa, like literally no one else knew, just my mom and my brother. And then once I got my visa, I then told my family, my friends, everyone. Also, guys, I live quite an independent life. Like, I live a very independent life. I make my own decisions, and I plan for my life. I take the steps to getting to the point where I want to get to in my life. I make the decisions that I just inform my family. So yeah, that's how it works. And then what's another question? Is it really that lonely in the UK? Yes, it is. It is very lonely. You need to be quite intentional around building a community, or else that winter baby, that seasonal depression baby, it don't play. It don't play, guys. It's really, really, really lonely. And I think a lot of it also is the weather does not help. It is gray 90% of the time. And you don't want to be in those type of conditions. It's raining, it's just grim and gray and You just don't want to be in those type of conditions alone all the time. You will lose your actual mind. So having a community that you can surround yourself with when you go through things, both happy moments and sad moments, just having people to either celebrate with or people that can, I guess, be there for you, just helps a whole lot. Yeah. So, oh, this box light is hot, guys. It is hot. I have a box light here. Like, I have a whole production set, guys. Yo, it is hot. Now I understand when people were kind of my box lights. They are hot. And I have to obviously close my windows because I live near an airport, so there's constantly planes flying. And I don't want it to distract me. But the question was, do you think you made the right decision moving to the UK? To answer the question simply, I'll say yes, right? I'll say yes. I think that I did make the right decision simply because I would not be where I am today if I didn't move here. I was at a place in SA where my life was quite stagnant and I just had a lot of distractions. And I feel like God put me here. God literally took me and put me here for me to be alone and hear him, hear his voice, listen to him, and take steps, take actions, right? So even though the benefits of me being here haven't really actualized in the way that I'd expected them to, in the broader scheme of things, it has been quite beneficial, even though it isn't in the way that I expected it to be, if that makes sense. So yes, it was the right decision to move here. When are you coming to SA? I am coming to SA in December. I haven't bought my tickets, guys. I bought my tickets. They're so expensive, guys. Like, I'm just so over having to budget like 20k or so for like traveling December. Tickets, it's not even the travel, it's just the ticket. It's just the flight on its own. They're still spending money. There's still trips within that trip because I have a girls' trip to Cape Town. I also had one last year. So there's that money. Guys, guningi. So yeah. But even that, regardless, I am going home and I'm so excited. I'm so excited, guys. Like, I love being home. Like, one thing about me, anyone that knows me, I rap South Africa. Okay? I rap South Africa. I can't wait to go home. Guys, if you do bump into me, please say hi. Please say hi. Please say hi. Because I don't live in the country. It's not like there are instances where we're gonna bump into each other like randomly. Do you get what I'm saying? So the one time where I am in the country, please just say hi. I can't wait to meet you guys. But yes, I'm going home in December. And then, what's the nicest thing you love about the UK? I think I touched on that in Claudina's video. I think I touched on that, and I think I said the easy access to travel. I think I said the easy access to travel because obviously the European countries are just next door, like it's a train away, and it's cheap. And the safety element. Just never worrying about anything. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, hey, there's things happening now that are quite like, okay, there's like high rise and like stabbings and all of those things. But it's not as bad as obviously back home. So travel and safety. Hi, Mbali. how has your financial status changed for the better? Okay, here's another one. So, hi Mbali, how is it like living in the UK, and is it financially viable to live in the UK? Guys, I'm so sorry if this sounds a little bit repetitive. For those that have watched the video that we did on Claudina's channel, because the questions are quite similar for the UK part of the segment. So, is it financially viable living in the UK? It's not. It's a very expensive place to live in. London is a very expensive place to live in. I decided to live outside of London, but I spend a lot of my time in the city, in London, because I work in London. A lot of the social life is in London. So I don't know, guys. Like it's just don't come here expecting to make millions or save millions. It's just not happening. Maybe in the 90s, our grandmothers and aunts that were moving abroad were able to do that. Now, with the cost of living crisis, it's just not viable. It's not viable. I think I touched on it on the video and said that a lot of us are breaking even. We're breaking even, and it's just, you're not saving as much. You are saving, obviously, yes, but you're not saving as much as you thought you would, because a lot of the money that you make goes back into the economy because things are just so expensive. And then, has your financial status changed for the better as compared to living in South Africa? And I don't mean the conversion of pounds to rands. I mean the salary that you actually make in the UK. Does it allow you to live a better life and afford the things you want in the UK? Yes, I do earn reasonably well. And I do live a comfortable life, but I feel like I only reached that now because I got a promotion, which obviously bumped up my salary, and yeah, things started to look good. But when I arrived, baby, it was tight. It was tight, but I knew that I had to work so hard to get that promotion. But as I mentioned, guys, the cost of living crisis is real. Water and electricity are expensive, rent is expensive, council tax is high, food is expensive, clothes are expensive, just social lives, going out, like, is expensive. So what you make will probably be going back into the economy, as I mentioned. And then you mentioned your career fatigue in one of your vlogs. Which industry are you in? I've already spoken about where I work and what I do. Do foreigners get paid the same salary as citizens in the UK? If not, what is the gap? Is it fair? I don't know. I wouldn't be able to answer that because I wouldn't know how foreigners earn. But I do believe that we are lowballed coming in because we don't have the perspective of being here, living here, the benchmark salary-wise here, and also the knock on lifestyle, right? You can only know all of those things once you're here. So I do believe that we are lowballed, like we come in at a very low range. But once you're here and you obviously have that understanding and you work towards getting that promotion or changing that job to bump up that salary, it is possible to earn very well. But coming in, I'd say that we do earn low, but I'm not sure if compared to the UK citizens in Flambe, we earn lower or whatever the case may be. I wouldn't be able to make that comparison. When you come back, won't the salary be too small? Yes, you are correct. The salary will be lower. The salary will be lower, and that is something that a lot of us kind of know for coming back, that are planning on coming back to SA. I think you just obviously have to make the arrangements that you need to make financially in order to be able to bridge that gap. I wouldn't expect a firm to pay me as much as I earn now. It wouldn't make sense. Like if I converted into rands, it wouldn't make sense. So I just have to know what my lifestyle is going to cost me and try and obviously find a job that would be able to pay me a good enough salary for me to live that lifestyle and build on top of that, but not that that money would have to be what I earn now. It wouldn't make sense. Cool. There's one around what are some of your career goals and aspirations? Guys, I don't like talking a lot. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I just don't want internet knowing my business like that. You get what I'm saying? Also just don't jinx stuff. So I'll come back to that once I've achieved those things. How about that? And then influencing, if I buy one of the wigs you show us using your code, is it possible that they deliver to South Africa and Eswatini? A lot of them do deliver to South Africa. I'm not sure, but about Eswatini, please just do check the FAQs page on the company website. Will you ever drop a makeup tutorial? Please. Guys, makeup and I have such a love-hate relationship. Makeup and I have such a love-hate relationship. So I'm very big on, let me break it down. I'm very big on skin. I'm very, very big on skin. Having just like a beautifully textured skin more than everything. And I still have, it's a myth, right? It's an absolute myth. But I still have like concerns around using makeup a lot and it affecting my skin. So a lot of the times I prefer to not have makeup on in the first place. I wanted to do a full beat for this video, but I was like, nah, no, right? Guys, it has to be a special occasion for me to be wearing makeup. And I love it. That's the thing. I absolutely love makeup. But every time I think about like the removal process and the steps that I need to do, because my skincare routine is already like 10 steps, okay? So every time I think about that process and having to do it oftenly, like I think about like how compromised my skin barrier is going to get, which ultimately leads to breakouts and stuff. So guys, I can't. So what I do is I will literally take, I don't have a brush here, but I will literally take my foundation, put a small little pump here, the foundation, take a brush, like the concealer brush that you will use to conceal your eyebrows or something. Take that, dab it on, and literally, if I have a spot here, I'll put it here. If I have a spot here, I'll put it here. If I have a spot here, I'll put it here. And that's it. That's me. That's my makeup. I'm done. I'm ready to leave the house. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'll do my eyebrows. I love doing my eyebrows. I think you can see now. I have my eyebrows done and I covered my pigmentation. That's it. So because I don't do my makeup as often, it's not to the level that I wanted to be, right? It's still good. Trust me, it's still good, but it's not to the level that I wanted to be. And I haven't really invested in the makeup products that I want because I don't use it that often. So I kind of need to go, I need to get over this little makeup and skin thing. And then I will, and that's be more invested in like getting the products that I want to get and perfecting my craft and then putting up a makeup tutorial. Yeah. So yeah, baby steps. But I will eventually do it. How do you manage to work 9 to 5 and shoot wig installations? Well, we can add YouTube now also. But I think I just have a set goal in my mind. Again, I have a very firm goal in my mind. And one thing about me, I achieve any and everything that I put my mind into, if God wills it. Inshallah. If God wills it, I achieve it. So regardless of whatever pressures I am put under, regardless of how hard I have to break my back, how hard I have to work, being on my feet, shooting for hours, editing, sleeping in the AMs, editing, waking up in the morning, I have stand-ups, I have presentations, I have meetings, I have this, I have that. I will go through that process. It's fine. It's okay. I will go through it until I have achieved that goal. So I don't have a set method. I don't have a posting schedule. I don't have a content schedule. I don't schedule my content. I don't do none of that. All I know is that on a weekly basis, I need to drop a vlog. During the week, I need to drop like almost every day or at least 3 times, if not every day, at least 4 3 times a week, I need to drop a wig installation. If I'm not doing that, it's either I'm editing stuff or I'm prepping my wigs to be installed. Like, I know that each and every day, each and every week, there needs to be those outcomes. That's all I know. I don't have a plan, but that's all I know, right? And in order for me to achieve that goal, the goals that I have in my mind, those set things need to be completed within those weeks. And the one thing I've done is I've hired a brand liaison. I've hired someone that can help me. I think that's also a big reason as to why things work better, a little bit better now, is because I have Unontobego. So she helps me with the communication of the brands. She helps with the negotiation. She helps. I have a whole job description that I drafted, so it's a long list. But yeah, it helps take away a lot of what I have to do day to day, right? A lot that the most that I need to be stressed about is actually producing the content. And then her and I will have like check-ins where we track how far we are with things and what still needs to be done. Are we meeting the goals that we have set for ourselves and for brand and money, etc., etc., etc. So number one, I have a set goal and I am ready to do any and everything to achieve that goal. Number two, I hired a brand liaison to help me. So I had to get someone to help me because it just wasn't working. Cool. I think we are at the last leg of the segment. This question says, are you Christian or do you believe in ancestors or both? I worship God and I acknowledge my ancestors, and yeah, I'm unshaken in that. I think I've went through a lot of spiritual awakening. I've went through a lot of spiritual growth and maturity, and personal growth and maturity. And I'm just at a point where I'm not willing to argue with anyone about that. I am not, because I've been part of the arguments. I've been part of the debates. Trust me. So yeah, I'm just at a point where this is what works for me. This is what I believe in, and that's that. So yeah, I worship God, but I acknowledge my ancestors. And then, what are your favorite TV shows? Oh my God. Guys, fun fact. I don't even think this is a fun fact. I don't watch a lot of TV. I do not watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of YouTube because I watch a lot of vlogs, but I don't watch a lot of TV. I've never. I'm trying to think back to when I was in SA and I was still living in Midrand alone. Like also, and I hardly used to watch TV. Hardly. I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of like shows that come on like short sprints. Like something will be like 5 episodes and that's it. You have to wait the other year for it to come out. I love those type of shows. Like I love it. Like in day, quick. I watch 10 episodes. I have to wait another year or 2, whenever, for the next to come out. I love those type of things because the thing of like sitting for hours on end watching something makes me feel weird. I'm sorry. It makes me feel weird. Like it makes me feel super weird. So I try not to. But whoo, child. Short answer is Big Bang Theory. I love Big Bang Theory, Young Sheldon, and Superstore. Those are 3 of my favorite shows. So in the little times that I've sat and watched shows for hours on end, those are the 3 shows that I've watched. Everything else is more Love is Blind, reality shows, like especially Netflix reality shows that take time till the next season comes out. That I appreciate. 10 episodes, and then I get on with my life until next year. I can't be sitting for the whole week watching a series. No, not me. And then, what is your favorite thing about yourself? Oh, I like that question. Damn, I don't even get to think about that a lot. Favorite thing about myself? Favorite thing about myself is how loving I am. I am so loving. I'm absolutely obsessed with everyone that's around me, that's in my life, and they know it. And I show my love, be it through words, be it through actions, gifts, whatever. I show my love. I am a very warm person. I This is giving me like a little bit emotional. I'm a very warm person, and that's another way I show my love. I'm very empathetic. That's another way I show my love. I obsess over people, man. Like, I obsess over you. Like, I'm just so loving. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm just so loving. Like, if I'm in your life, like, I want to solve your problems. I want you to know that I'm there. You can't go through things alone. Like, I'm there. What do you want to do? Like, fun stuff. Like, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's do shopping. Let's do this. Like, if it's your birthday, if it's that, like, I'm just, dude. Like, I'm just loving. I'm just so loving. I'm super loving. I think that's the one thing I love about myself. I'm super loving. Yeah, they asked one thing. Let me not now get all into my head about it. I'm super loving. And then, do you read? And if so, what is your favorite book of all time? I do read, but not as often as I would like to, not as much as I would like to. But I do read. My favorite book is Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth. Right, the author is Eckhart Tolle, and the name of the book is A New Earth. I hate the word self-help, but I love self-help books. I love personal development books. I love books that make me think, that will have me reflecting deep and questioning my entire existence. I love books like that. So A New Earth is essentially about consciousness, achieving a state of consciousness and enlightenment, and ridding of your ego. So yeah, if you're interested in those type of topics, A New Earth is amazing. It's amazing. So that's my favorite book of all time. And I think second to that would be What Happened to You by Oprah Winfrey, which basically is about your trauma. It's about discovering what your traumas are and understanding how your traumas have impacted you and have caused you to be the person that you are, that acts the way that you do, and just digging deep within that. So yeah, two favorite books is A New Earth and What Happened to You. Hey Mbali, please share how dating as a Black girl is like in the UK. So I will preface by saying this. I haven't put myself out there enough to have much more of an informed opinion around this. I've guarded myself and I've protected myself, and this is because of seeing things online and hearing things about how dating is here. So yeah, I really don't have that much of an informed opinion. I can't lie to you, but what I've heard, what I've seen, child. Oh, let me start here. The UK doesn't really foster an environment where men are able to even pursue you, like men are able to ukshela, because safety is a big thing here. You look at someone even for too long, staring is a sexual offense. If you didn't know, staring is a sexual offense in the UK. If you're in the train, you're sitting there and someone is staring at you aggressively or however, you can report them, right? So guys generally don't go around like in public like, oh hi, hey, no, because you go get in trouble, especially if you're a Black man. So number one, that obviously just puts a barrier in itself. So majority of the time, the way in which people would meet each other is through mutuals or online dating. I tried online dating and it worked for me. That was when I arrived here. I got here in 2021 and I was with the person that I was with for a year, right? So that worked well for me. And then I came back this year from SA. I was single, obviously, and I was single until I think around May-ish. yeah, and then the person that I met through mutuals. So I really haven't really put myself out there to know. But the culture, as I mentioned, is like one of the barriers. So you can even see, like, oh, one would see you guys are looking at each other with this person. Maybe it's you guys are in the train or bumping into each other in the mall or whatever. You can see with the eyes are locking. But guys just don't approach. Like, men just don't approach women here. And I get it. Like, I get it. Like, it's very, yeah, I get it. Especially as a black man, I understand. It's not like an essay where you go to buy bread and like it's chai. Like, it's chai. Do you get what I'm saying? That is absolutely not the case. Okay, that's absolutely not the case. As I can't believe saying that my ex is figure. How am I? Saying that figure, fresh off the boat. Yesterday. I think there's also a lot of like cultural issues where you just find a lot of black men with women, non-black women. Okay, I'll just say that. Non-black women, you know, trying to be politically correct. Find a lot of black men with non-black women. There's that. So the playing field is kind of sticky, isn't it? Which is something obviously we're not used to in SA. Like, I'm not used to that. Like, interracial dating in SA is still a little bit of a sticky one, okay? Like, you'll still stay if there's an interracial couple in the mall or something. You'll still be like, one look, just one look. Like, I mean, I'm not ignorant. I'm not, I'm not dumb. Like, I know these things exist and it's okay. It's fine. So, but you're still like, just because it's not that popular, right? Versus here, and I'd also say the US. So there's those two issues. And there is also a culture that, again, I'm not used to, a 50-50 culture, very big 50-50 culture. So girlies are crying on the grams, girlies are crying on TikTok. Men don't want to pay for anything. First date, half. Like, there's a lot of intricacies that I am privileged enough to not have experienced, but because again, I don't put myself out there. I'm not going on dates every second day. No, like, no, no. So yeah, but I don't know if I've even answered the question, but yeah, those are the things that I've taken from other people's experiences. So yeah, as for me and myself, I'll wait till I get to SA until I date. I'm sorry, I just don't have the time. I don't have the time. Like, you guys see, I actually don't have the time. So to be dealing with, I saw the sun. And then, are you dating anyone? No. I'm currently single. Guys, I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not, nothing. Like, there's nothing that's happening. Like, dry. As I get to dry. There's no one in my DMs. Okay, no, let me not lie. There are guys in my DMs, but I obviously like don't reply. Like, I don't have the time. But I don't have anyone where it's like, okay, here there may be something. Here, you're born. I did that back and forth. That there's literally no one, nothing, and no one. It's just me, myself, and I, and I'm happy with that. I am fine with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. If you could change one thing about the past 12 months, what would it be? I know who asked this question. When I catch you, I know who asked this question because they know the answer. When I catch you. So the one thing that I can change about the past 12 months is dating. I wish that I did not. I just wish that I didn't. I just wish that I didn't get into it. I just feel like I was doing so well and I was on the streak and I met this person. I adored them. I absolutely adored them, and I poured my all into the relationship. And that meant me pausing my life. And no one put a gun to my head and asked me to. No, that's just my nature. Like, it's either all in or nothing, right? And because of just how things just weren't working, I just lost a lot of time. Let me say that. I lost a lot of time. Time that I'm trying to regain, time that I feel like I have actually regained back. But I feel like I could have just done well without going through that experience. But we live and we learn. And then we have another one that says, what makes life worth living for you? I think what makes life worth living for me is, first of all, like, this changes, right? This changes for me. I feel like it's just, it evolves. But right now, this current phase in my life, what makes life worth living is the hope that I have for my future, the hope that I have for my family, the ideas, the goals, the life that I envision, the grand life that I envision for myself and my family, the impact that I want to make within my community, that keeps me going, that makes life worth living. That is the phase that I'm currently in, and maybe that will change, but right now, that is what makes life worth living. And what puts a smile on your face? What puts a smile on my face is achievements. I know that's very toxic. It's achieving stuff. Everything that I get to cross off my list makes me happy. That's what even if it's something I have to do today, like if I have to do something today and I'm like, okay, I have to do this in this way, and this has to be the outcome of that, and if I get to do that, I'm happy. I have a very weird relationship with productivity and achievements and accomplishments, etc. I have spoken about it to my therapist. So yeah, I'm working on it. It's very toxic, I know. But that is because what if I get to a point where I'm unable to achieve those things? Then what? Right? Then what happens? Then what, buddy? But I'm very much so aware of that, and I am working on it. But I would say that outside of that, just being with people that make me happy, like being around my friends, speaking to my family, sharing those laughs, those chats, it makes me happy, puts a smile on my face. So I'd say those two things. Achieving things, my accomplishments, and also my friends and family. And then, if your life had to be a book made out of 10 chapters, what chapter are you currently in? What's the name of the chapter and why? Love me a good reflective question. Love answer. Love it. So, the chapter that I'm currently in right now would be called Rebirth. The chapter that I'm in right now would be called Rebirth. I'm in a chapter of my life where I've just been floating for years. Yes, I've been working towards certain things, but I feel like consciously I've been floating. And that is solely because I experienced deep trauma in 2013. I lost my grandmother, who was practically my mother. And after that year, everything just became a blur. And if you have experienced loss on that level, you would know what I'm talking about. Everything just became a blur. And I feel like I was doing stuff, yes, but I wasn't consciously there. I wasn't alive. And I feel like I'm at a point in my life where it's been 10 years now since the loss of my grandmother, and I can see again. I can see color. My world is full of color. I'm very hopeful, as I mentioned. I'm in a state of consciousness that I've been fighting for the longest of times. I'm hopeful. I see a future where I'm alive. I see possibilities, and I am willing. I'm happy and willing, and I want to work towards them. I am in a phase where I love myself more. I am in a phase where I see myself. I recognize myself. I have boundaries. I stand up for myself. Well, I've always stood up for myself. Let me not even. One thing about me. One thing about me. One thing about me. I like when I say I stand up for myself. I mean, I am disciplined in the things that make me happy, and I no longer put myself at risk for the happiness of others. I feel like that is, for me right now, the definition of standing for myself. I'm in the phase where I'm alive, guys. I'm online. I feel like I'm an active participant of my life. I'm an active participant of my life. And that's why I would term the chapter rebirth. And yeah, that would be the reason why. That's where I'm at in my life right now. Next question is, any plans to start a family, to get married or have kids, and would you do that while abroad or in South Africa? I am very much so ready to get married, child. Put a ring on it. But jokes aside, yes, I am ready to get married. I would love to get married. I would absolutely love to have kids. I would be happy if I were to get married next year and have a child. Like, that's just me. That's just me. I feel like, and maybe let me explain it this way. Guys, I hate having to talk about myself. I absolutely hate it. For this long, even. I'm just so ready to finish. And not because I'm not enjoying this. I'm very much so enjoying it. But I hate having to talk about myself. And everything is just me. Now it feels like that. Like I'm getting a little bit shy because I'm like, but it's just me and my phone. But it's like, I'm just talking about myself. It's just me. But anyways, I am very much so ready to get married and have kids. Yes, I was saying, Guti, I know being a mother is my calling. Being a mother is my calling, and I cannot wait till the day God blesses me with a baba. Like, I absolutely cannot wait till God blesses me with a baba, till God blesses me with my person, till I build a home for us. I am creating new traditions for my family, and everything is just centered around my family. And I am living a almost sacrificial life for my family, for my kids, and for my husband. That is what I see for myself in the near future. That is what I hope for myself. That is what I pray for, and that is what I want. Woo! Yeah, inshallah. From my mouth to God's ears. I think that is it. Woo! Guys, this was tough. This was actually tough. This was so tough. I hope I was able to answer your guys' questions well. And yeah, this was tough, guys. This was tough. That's all I can say. But yeah, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. We're on the road to 2K. I was actually thinking, guys, I want to do a giveaway for 5K. I'm going to do a wig giveaway for 5K. As you guys would know, I have myriads of wigs, and I would love to give away a lot of them. So I just need to decide how many I'm giving away and what the structure of the giveaway is going to be. But as soon as we hit 5K, I'm definitely doing a wig giveaway. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys in my next one. Ciao. Bye.
I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me.